Welcome to Rachel Uncensored, one of the few places on the internet that you can find an uncensored version of me. Hello, I'm Rachel, and welcome to another solo episode. I am finding it harder and harder to get Joy to come to my house and film an episode with me. I know you guys miss her. One day she'll be back, but she is a working woman right now. She is walking dogs, training dogs, boarding and training dogs, having her own dogs, cuddling dogs, petting dogs. You know, she's just dog in the midst of it, and also vlogging. Don't worry, she'll be on soon. She misses you guys too. But today, we're going to do a couple different things. One, we're going to start off with the joke of the day because we are officially done with 101 things that piss me off, and someone suggested, why don't you just go through a joke book? So I just Googled joke of the day, and this one made me chuckle. It's a dad joke. I love one-liners. I love simple and sweet. So here it is. Are you ready? Have you heard about the chocolate record player? It sounds pretty sweet. Because it's made of chocolate, and chocolate is sweet. I feel like everybody, my brain is just places right now. Everyone has tried Baker's chocolate and been sadly disappointed about how bitter it was, right? We've all made that mistake once or twice in our life. I don't get the people that like the super dark, 90% dark chocolate kind of stuff. The point of chocolate is that it's sweet and dessert and delicious and perfect and amazing. I don't get the people that like it super, super bitter. I mean, if that's what you like and that's what you get to eat, I'm happy for you. I just don't understand. Chocolate is supposed to be sweet. So when people eat the 90% dark chocolate bullshit, I feel as though maybe you have some trauma hidden somewhere within you, and I'm going to hope for the best. I won't judge you, but I'm going to hope for the best. Okay, and then I do actually have something that pisses me off this week, and I wanted to talk about it. It's not in the book because it's something new. I mentioned this on my vlog yesterday. I am a huge fan of the little wave when you're driving in your car, right? That little wave when you let someone over and then do a little wave behind them. You're like, oh, thank you. I love that. When you see a motorcycle coming up on your right, because you're in the fast lane, and you do a tiny little inch over to the left so they can safely pass you, and they give you the little wave. Oh, I live for that moment. I love the little wave, and it can make or break my day. If you cut me off and you give me the little wave, cut me off all day. Thank you for acknowledging my presence. Thank you for being courteous of my courtesy for me, because I let you in. Thank you. But it pisses me the fuck off when I let you in. You have your blinker on and you're trying to get in and no one's letting you in the lane. And I'm like, I got you. I slow down. I let you in. And you don't give me the wave? Have some human decency. Give me the respect I deserve. I paid my bills. My bills are paid. I didn't just bring things to the table. I built the damn table, okay? Give me my little tiny wave. That's all it takes. I just need a boop, hand in the air so I can see it. Or if your window's down, oh, that's the best. You put your hand out the window. Thank you. It's manners. It's a please and thank you. Okay? I need that when I'm driving. I need people to give me that. And yes, I realize my emotions are so fragile that my entire day can be made or broken by a stranger giving me a 2-second hand wave gesture thing. Or the peace sign, thumbs up. Careful though, because if it's just one finger, people might mistake it. I used to do a peace sign and I realized that definitely can look like a middle finger. So now I do the whole hand. Give people the wave. Give them the respect they deserve. Whether they let you in or you cut them off, I'm telling you, it can go a long way. I feel I have made the statistic up. I have no evidence behind it. It is not proven or scientifically studied, but I wholeheartedly believe that 90% of road rage could be solved with a little wave. I think that's all it takes. Because it's acknowledging that you've cut them off, that you were in the wrong, that they exist. People just want to know that they exist. This happened. This got brought up. I was thinking about this because I was in a parking lot driving through, completely have the right of way, and a car backs up in front of me, and I had to slam on my brakes, and they gave me a little wave. I was about to lay on my horn. I was about to cuss them out in the safety of my car, in which they could not hear, but they gave me a little wave. And I said, okay, you go do you, bro. Back it up. Take your time. No rush. That's all it takes. We just want to be appreciated and loved. It just lets you know they know. They know you exist. And that's what I need. So it pisses me off when people don't do the wave, but I love it when people do the wave. And I even talked about this in my vlog with truckers, not semi-truckers, but also semi-truckers. But when you drive a pickup truck, it's stupid. I also wholeheartedly believe a pickup truck should not be your daily car. It should not be what you're running errands in. It's a gas guzzler. It takes up too much space, and it's hard to maneuver. I own one, and sometimes I do have to run my errands because my girlfriend took the other car. And so I'm like, all right, instead of waiting for her because I'm impatient for me to get the electric car back, I hop in my truck. But when you drive a truck, you're always nicer to other truck drivers because you understand how annoying it is to maneuver around. You give them extra space. You give them a wide berth when trying to park or back up. And it's like a little you get extra head nods and waves when you are in a truck and someone else is in a truck. It's fun. Although I do have a giant feminist sticker on the back of my truck, which I know I've mentioned a billion times, but that can cause me to get a head shake. I can get men are disgusted with me head shake. But sometimes women drive past me and go, woo, and like pump their fists in the air of happiness. So if my sticker is not showing, I just get the normal truck courtesy head nod and wave, which I like. All right, I just heard my girlfriend pull into the garage. Give me 1 second. Okie dokie. And so that's what pissed me off. That's the joke of the day. And I have one more little segment before we deep dive onto a woman I want to talk about. I've learned something. I just learned this. Let me look into it. So I didn't want to misquote the post I saw on Instagram. And I saw it on Instagram, so it must be true. Duh. Where is it? It's under Remember. I never look back at the videos I've saved. Has anyone? When you save things on Instagram and you even make designated little folders that are labeled, does anyone ever look back into them? It is rare. Okay. But I'm doing it. I'm doing it for the first time ever. So we all know creatine, right? It's bodybuilders use it. It's a powder. It's supposed to help water retention or something. I don't know. Everyone always talks about creatine. Guys are always obsessed with it. The workout gym bro community is always like creatine, protein, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, fine. So every once in a while I put it, when I do make protein shakes, I always put it in my protein shakes, but I only make protein shakes 1 out of every 3 times I work out. But I do consume it every once in a while. But check me consuming it daily now, because this Instagram post, which has a source, which makes me think it's a little more reliable. It says creatine may reduce ADHD symptoms by up to 71%, according to study. And I want to read the whole caption because I'm intrigued. I immediately made coffee and put a scoop of creatine in my coffee. Let me take a sip. It's tasteless, so you can put it in any drink and you won't notice it. That's one of the reasons I always put it in my protein shakes. I've never really understood the benefits of it, but everyone always talks about it, and I've known there's no side effects. So if it doesn't hurt and it could help, why not add it? That's kind of my little mantra of life. So I've always added it, but now I'm going to make sure I consume it daily. Here's what it says. Many women with ADHD struggle with brain fog, mood crashes, and sense of mental burnout. That doesn't quite go away. 100% me. I get mental burnout and brain fog all the time. I don't do mood crashes though. I'm kind of always consistently annoyingly happy. And people go, Rachel, you're always like pissed about something, blah, blah, blah. That's for the humor. It's for the humor. Have you ever heard of a joke? Of comedic relief? I am that. I am a jester. Not very good at it, but it's funny to me. I'm my biggest fan. So anyway, and it says, no matter how much they try to organize or optimize, if this sounds familiar, it's not in your head, or maybe it is, in your brain's cellular energy system. Emerging research shows that creatine monohydrate, oh my God, that was a big word and I said it on the first try. You can give me an applause. That's okay. A compound long known for powering muscles may play a powerful role in mental energy and attention. In a recent study, creatine I couldn't say supplementation. I got monohydrate, but I couldn't get supplementation. All right, it's fine. So taking creatine led up to a 71% reduction in ADHD symptoms among participants. While the specific figure may vary by individual, the magnitude of the effect is catching attention across neuroscience and psychiatric circles. Creatine helps generate ATP, which is a molecule your brain uses for everything. And without enough energy at the cellular level, even basic executive functions can slow down. In an ADHD brain, especially in women who are statistically more likely to go undiagnosed, this energy bottleneck can lead to emotional dysregulation, mental fatigue, and slow task initiation. So in one notable trial, subjects who supplemented with creatine reported significant improvement in working memory, focus, and overall mental performance. The most fascinating part, these were not bodybuilders. They were everyday people, including women, many of whom had ADHD or related symptoms. What makes creatine so promising is that it's safe, well-studied, and effective. It doesn't spike neurotransmitters or act like a stimulant. Instead, it supports your brain's foundational energy systems. Think of it as a fuel additive for your prefrontal cortex. More fuel, more function. Guys, that was a lot of words. I hope you were able to follow. But basically, it's just saying creatine can help your brain not do ADHD things. Which I would love. I have always said I don't want to take Adderall. I don't want to take anything for my ADHD. I'm not one that really likes to take a lot of prescription drugs. That doesn't mean I'm against them. Oh my gosh, they can help so much. But I kind of like the way I function. And it works for me because I am my own boss. I work from home. I create my own schedule. And I've harnessed kind of how to use my ADHD as a superpower right now in my life. I've learned to understand it and what works best for me. But I am so curious how different my brain functions than everyone else's. Abby and I talk about how we are two very different humans. Our brains work very differently and we see the world, while we agree on our main foundations, we see things very differently from one another. And it's a lot of fun. We're yin to yang. And she sees problems very differently than I do, which can be very, very helpful because I'll be stuck at something and she can just walk in and see how it should be solved and vice versa. But knowing that her brain works so differently and she is 100% not ADHD, I want to know what it's like. I saw a TikTok of a guy who said he's in his 30s and for the first time ever, he tried Adderall prescribed to him by a psychiatrist. And it was a very funny TikTok. He's going off about how easy neurotypical people have it. He's like, y'all been cheating. I've been working overtime to look normal and you guys don't have to fucking do anything. It was really funny. And that TikTok specifically, while I know he was being a little overdramatic, it made me go, I wonder how different it is. Now, this taking creatine daily, I'm going to do this for a month and see if I notice anything different. This is not, I don't think, a substitute for Adderall or ADHD meds, but I think it maybe could do something different and maybe show me how other people function. And maybe if I like it, I will get on meds or try them out. I don't really think I will. I like me. I don't want to lose my flair, my spark, my sass, my jazz. I honestly just don't think I would be as entertaining when filming myself, but maybe I'd be less annoying. Those two things go hand in hand. Anyway, I also saw, this wasn't something I was going to talk about, but there have been recent studies that show that nicotine, not tobacco, so don't smoke a cigarette. I'm very against smoking cigarettes. Those are disgusting. Why would you do that to yourself? We all have our vices. I can't judge you. So not tobacco, not cigarettes, but nicotine has been showing positive results. Wait, let me look it up. Let's cut to a sponsor real quick while I look this up. Sponsor. Home Chef. Home Chef is our sponsor for today. These days, it feels like there's no price difference in eating out versus staying in. And to make matters worse, there are so many unhealthy options out there to sift through. Home Chef can help you save money and eat healthier with their fresh, delicious meal kits delivered straight to your door. Users of leading meal kits have rated Home Chef #1 in quality, convenience, value, taste, and recipe ease. I've done it before. They are easy and delicious. Whether you prefer classic meal kits with pre-portioned ingredients, quick 30-minute recipes, oven-ready options, microwaved meals, or a dedicated family menu, Home Chef has everything you and your entire family needs for hassle-free, delicious dinners. For a limited time, Home Chef is offering my listeners 50% off and free shipping for your first box plus free desserts for life. Go to homechef.com/Rachel. That's homechef.com/Rachel for 50% off your first box and free desserts for life. That's homechef.com/Rachel, and you must be an active subscriber to receive your free dessert. Okay, so it says, I just Googled it, and this is the AI overview. So take this with a grain of salt. But while research on nicotine has primarily focused on its harmful effects due to its addictive nature and association with tobacco use, some studies have explored potential positive effects. It's crucial to understand that these potential benefits do not outweigh the significant health risks associated with nicotine use, especially through smoking and vaping. Do not smoke, do not vape. Both are bad. Don't do it. But some positive effects of just nicotine. So there are nicotine mints and those little packets that are really gross and people put them in their mouth. Blech. So without smoking it, it has improved cognitive abilities. So improved attention and focus. Nicotine can temporarily enhance concentration and memory by interacting with neurotransmitters like dopamine and some other big word. It can improve memory and learning, enhance performance on complex tasks, potential for treating cognitive impairment. So it can help impairments like MCI and Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's runs strong in my family. If my mom starts showing symptoms, I'm shoving nicotine down her throat. I don't give a fuck. It can help reduce anxiety and anger, improve digestive symptoms, mood boosting effects. But of course, if you're addicted to it and you don't have it, you're going to be more irritable. So that's something to take note of. It can help with weight management, Parkinson's disease, sleep apnea, Tourette's, schizophrenia. And apparently it's also helped with the symptoms of autism. Now, again, you can't vape it. You can't smoke it. You have to have it in its purest form, or else all of these benefits are trash because of the negative side effects of smoking and vaping. And also nicotine can be very addictive. So in summary, while some research points to potential cognitive and mood enhancing effects of nicotine, these findings should not be interpreted as justification for using nicotine, especially through smoking or vaping, given its serious health risk and addictive properties. Again, I'm not promoting this, but it's so crazy that there are so many things out there that we can use to regulate our brain and our mood and our body. Again, I'm not promoting nicotine, but wait, let me look up. Is there a good way to, is there a healthy way to consume nicotine? I don't know. I'm not going to start this. I just want to, while no form of nicotine consumption is entirely quote unquote healthy, some methods are considered significantly less harmful than smoking or using other tobacco products. The least harmful way to consume nicotine generally involves avoiding the combustion of tobacco, which releases a vast array of toxins. So they have the patches, gum, lozenges, inhalers, and nasal spray are medically approved products and designed to help individuals quit smoking. I have a friend that does nicotine mints, and I said, well, is that like the healthiest form? She goes, well, no, there's a lot of negative things in the mints to make them taste good. They're flavored and that bullshit. I know a lot of people who do Zens, which is the nicotine pouches. I don't know. Nicotine's very addictive and it's very expensive. So I don't suggest it. I'm just kind of blown away that recently I found out that nicotine can help with a lot of stuff. I'm telling you, if my mom starts developing Alzheimer's, I'm shoving nicotine down her throat. I rather the side effects of addiction than Alzheimer's, because that shit ain't fun. Not even a little bit. All right. We are going to shift gears now. I don't know how I got down a nicotine path, but here we are. Oh, because of creatine. Creatine has no negative side effects and is not addictive. So I'm going to try this for the next month. And what's the next month? August? Come August 1st, because right now it's July 1st, I'm going to let you guys know if I feel any difference. I've put the jar of creatine on my counter so that I visually see it, because one of my ADHD things is out of sight, out of mind. Object permanence is what they call it. So if I put it in the back of a cabinet, I will forget. I won't know. I have to either put it on a list to do it daily or leave it out on the counter where I can see it. It just is what it is. All right. Now, what I want to do in this episode, last time I talked briefly about a bunch of women that were censored throughout history, and now I want to do a tiny deep dive on one of those women, someone that is near and dear to my heart, the inventor of the chocolate chip cookie. Now, we briefly talked about Ruth Wakefield. She invented the chocolate chip cookie, and Nestle bought it from her and kind of used it as their own. Although they did do a nod and call it the Nestle Toll House cookie because she worked at the Toll House Inn. Basically, I just wanted to give the brief history lesson of her and her cookie, just so we know, because I can't believe there was a time in life when the chocolate chip cookie didn't exist. Have you thought about that? Who was it, Abby or was it Colleen? I talked to both of them so much. Oh, it was Colleen. We talked about on SAS things, just weird things in our society, how they start. And we talked about applause, clapping for people. How did that start? Like, we get cheering. Someone's done with something and you want to be, oh my God, you're amazing. And that just turned into, oh. But how did clapping start and applause? Because there's some things that are just human nature. We believe dancing is just in our blood. You hear music and you want to move to it. I don't think that's learned. But applause is learned as a cultural, not even cultural, it's global. It's human thing. It's a human thing to applaud. So we think about this, like, when did these things start? And this blows my mind to think the chocolate chip cookie wasn't invented until 1938. That is less than 100 years ago. I can't fathom a world in which the chocolate chip cookie did not exist. So I'm screaming because I'm so excited about it. I love the chocolate chip cookie. I made chocolate chip cookies last week. They're so good. Anyway, so Ruth Graves Wakefield owned an inn called the Toll House Inn, and she was actually a phenomenal chef. So there is a myth that she accidentally made the chocolate chip cookie by adding Nestle chocolate to the batter of the cookie, thinking that it would make it a chocolate cookie and melt throughout. This was a huge myth. She debunked it and she said, no, I intentionally did this. She made a lot of food and desserts for the restaurant in her inn, the Toll House Inn, which was in Whitman, Massachusetts. Look at me. I looked things up. Anyway, she wanted to give them something new. She wanted to create something different. So she made, on purpose, the chocolate chip cookie. It appeared first in her 1938 cookbook, Tried and True, and was intended to accompany ice cream. Not a bad idea. And these days, now we have a Pizookie, which is a huge chocolate chip cookie with ice cream on top, and I'm obsessed with it. So anyway, she did that. She made it. Everyone freaked out about it. And then Nestle got a hold of her and paid her with a lifetime of chocolate, which I think is a ridiculous way to be paid. But as a baker and a chef, maybe that was the best use for her. I don't know. Like that, I personally would want money over chocolate, but that's her own thing. To each their own. But the cookie has been shifted a little bit. Hold on, I looked up the original recipe. I have the original recipe right here. It says cream 1 cup butter, add 3/4 cup brown sugar, 3/4 cup granulated sugar, 2 eggs beaten whole, dissolved, 1 tablespoon soda in, 1 teaspoon hot water, and mix alternately with 2 1/4 cup flour sifted with a teaspoon of salt. Lastly, add 1 cup chopped nuts and 2 economy size bars, 7 ounces each, of Nestle semi-sweet chocolate, which have been cut into pieces the size of a pea. So this was before they had chocolate chips. It was a chocolate bar, and she cut them up into little chips and added that. And so I think that's where Nestle decided to start making chips from. And then 1 teaspoon of vanilla and a drop by half teaspoons on a greased cookie sheet. Bake 10 to 12 minutes at 375. Makes 100 cookies. Note, do not melt chocolate. Cut along scores. Pieces are the proper size. Chocolate cuts easily at room temperature. Shortening may be substituted for butter. So this, I believe, is slightly different than the recipe on the back of the bag now, because I don't believe you're ever told to add water. And I think you add a cup of brown sugar instead of a 3/4. I don't actually know. Don't quote me on that. So yeah, it's just a short, sweet history lesson. During World War II, the U.S. soldiers from Massachusetts who were stationed overseas began to share their chocolate chip cookies, which they received in care packages from back home, with other soldiers and other parts of the country. Soon enough, hundreds of soldiers were writing back home requesting the Toll House chocolate chip cookies for their own care packages. Wakefield became bombarded with letters from all over the world requesting her recipe. Wakefield died on January 10th, 1977 at 73 years old, and the Toll House unfortunately burned down in 1984 from a kitchen fire. The inn was never rebuilt, but the memory and the spirit of Ruth Graves Wakefield will live on forever on the back of Nestle chocolate chip morsels. So, that's sad. I wish they had rebuilt the inn. Dude, that could be a thing. They could make money off of that. Don't you agree? Like, that could be a little history token. What is it called? What is it? A little tourist attraction. Good God, why can't I think of that? Anyway, also to note, she was educated at Farmingham State Normal School Department of Household Arts in 1924, and she worked as a dietitian and often lectured about food. This girl knew her food, and I love that for her. I just wish that she hadn't sold it to Nestle. But honestly, we probably might not have known about the chocolate chip cookie if she hadn't. I just feel like she needs more recognition. So here's to you, Ruth Wakefield. I appreciate your efforts. I appreciate your cookie. It's genuinely what I grew up on. My mom used to make cookies weekly. My sister used to, and now I make them every once in a while. It's one of the things in the kitchen I am very competent at making and confident. That's the word I was looking for. I'm very confident in making. So yeah, she was well educated, ran her own inn, ran her own restaurant, created her own food, and sold her best creation for a lifetime supply of chocolate. And ladies and gentlemen, that is Ruth Graves Wakefield. If there's someone else you want me to look into, do a little bit more deep dive, please let me know. But I just like her. And I love that there was a myth that there's several myths about how she created it. Some people, because apparently a woman can't just have an idea and make it and have that intent. It had to have been an accident for her to create something so great. But there was 2 myths. That one, she added the chocolate thinking it would make it a chocolate cookie and it would melt all the way through. Like she didn't know how baking worked. And another was that she accidentally dropped chocolate chunks into the cookie dough. And that's how she created. What the fuck? The woman wanted to make it. And so she made it. Why are there having to be myths about this? She came out and said the truth. It is ridiculous. I just can't wait for in the next 100 years for people to be like, oh my gosh, that's when they invented bleh. I don't even know what it is. What food? Have we invented a new food lately? Have we made all the foods? I can't imagine more food being created. I feel as though everything has been created, but I'm not a chef and I'm not a baker. So I couldn't tell you. Oh, butterscotch nut cookie with ice cream. That's what she had. I still have the page up. She said, we had been serving a thin butterscotch nut cookie with ice cream. Everyone seemed to love it, but I was trying to give them something different. So I came out with the Toll House cookie. Dude, a butterscotch nut cookie with ice cream? That sounds good. I want to try that. Why is that not the normal cookie we're eating? There's so many good cookies out there. Oh, fucking love it. Anyway, if this has inspired you to go bake some cookies, you're welcome. Because we all need a good cookie every now and then. All right. Is that it? I think that's it for today, guys. It's a solo episode. Always shorter, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. I just wanted to give our cookie woman a little shout out. Let me know if there's anything you want me to go over next week. You guys are wonderful, beautiful people. If you like this podcast, you will love the podcast I have with my sisters, Sweet and Salty Sisters, over on our Patreon. I'll put the link down below. That one is a little more involved, a little more fun, a little bit more ADHD, if you can believe it. And I will make sure to check back in a month to tell you how my creatine process has been going. I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Subscribe, you're beautiful people. And happy July. We are in the 7th month. We have survived 7 months with Trump as the president of the United States. God, help us all. Okay, bye. Thank you for listening to this episode of Rachel Uncensored, the only place on the internet where you can find the uncensored version of me, Rachel Ballinger. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like, subscribe, or follow, or do whatever this platform tells you to do so that you can get notified every time I post a new episode. Love ya!